Gate 14 podcast. What a weekend for the Toronto Blue Jays. Holy shit. Before we get into baseball talk, let's get into it. JR, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? I want to ask you this, JR, before we get into this stuff. What's it like with the time change? Is it cool for you to have like baseball games, Jays games on the weekend start at like 10 a.m.? Like, where are you at with that? Because that's kind of sick.
Yeah, it's cool. Sometimes like I forget. I'm just like, holy fuck. Like I'll look on Twitter and I'll be at work at like 2. And you guys are gonna be like, we're going live. I'm like, holy fuck. Like you just kind of forget that there's just sports on. And right now with the college baseball, it's just on.
Yeah, 9 a.m.
It's just awesome. So it's cool. You get used to it. But like NHL, it's perfect. Like I always hated the Stanley Cup Finals because the games start at 8, which is just brutal back home. Like the games don't end till like 12. So you get used to it, but I love it.
I'm under the, and maybe because me and Avery lived in this time zone, I think Mountain Standard Time is the best.
I was Central.
Sorry.
Great.
I was Central too. Is Central 2 hours behind here?
No, Mountain's 2 hours.
Okay,
Central's
so yeah,
1.
Mountain's the best. Mountain's the best time zone.
Yeah,
Central was nice
for
too.
the bars, right? Like the bars, like
it's so much better, dude.
we kind of take it for granted at back home, but like when you're going out for drinks, you can watch sports like before you really go out.
Yeah.
So it's not the same here. You'll get the bottom half of the last game, but it's like it's not the same. It is one thing I have to say I took a little bit for granted.
Like you're saying home. Like going to the bar and there's the 10 o'clock baseball game on TV and it's still playing at the bar at like 11:30 and you could still watch it.
Like you're still, or even like prime time, you're getting all the best games at like 7 back home when you're actually planning on going out or like pre-gaming versus here, it's like back half at 7, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Avery, how was your weekend, man? I mean, I saw you were in the George yesterday. I sent you a pretty decent amount of fucking selfies.
We'll need to go into your Saturday night, but my buddy Mike's birthday. Shout out to Mike, one of my best pals.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday to Mike. Big listener, big Gate 14 guy.
What a birthday party at the George.
So he, again, like I said, he loves the fucking George. He lives in Toronto, but he comes back to Georgetown to the George for his birthday. And then I drove back from London. I was like pretty late getting there because we had games. And then little do you know what an absolute crew walks in about 30 minutes before I leave, led by the head man himself, Chris fucking Roach.
The ringleader.
And I'm talking to me and Mike are talking to each other. He's like, there's Chris. I said, which Chris? Chris Roach. I turned around, just this big group of idiots walk in. Chris, Pat, Mason, the boys just walking to the. When you're fucked up, like I wasn't really drunk, but I had a few beers. Chris Roach is the best person on earth to see when you've had a couple of drinks. He's also had a couple of drinks.
The listeners love Chris Roach too. I mean, why not?
I took a picture and I sent it to you guys. It was just like right away, me and Chris, big hug. I was like, I'm so happy to see you. So
he probably hasn't been to the George in a while, but he's always down for a good night. That's one thing for sure with Chris.
Oh yeah. Good. Oh man, I'm all in on the weekends now. Single Johnny's dialed in on the weekends.
Yeah, I got yesterday as I'm walking home from the George. Best part of the George is I do the walk home, and
you're too cheap for the Uber, eh?
He lives pretty close.
Yeah, it's like a 10-15 minute walk, and weather was beautiful. Turn some music on. I get a DM from a girl I went to high school with. And I'd responded to one of her stories this week because Austin Clapham was in the story.
Yeah,
JR.
she told me that. Yeah, she told me.
I sent it. I sent that. I screenshot that and I sent that to JR and my boss. So like I hadn't talked to her in forever, and I get a picture of this girl and Johnny together. I had no idea what I was about to receive. I opened the photo. It's fucking 4 eyes right there. That was awesome.
I will say this, and I texted this to you guys. I put on a goddamn show at the bar last night. I really did. And listen, I'm not one to pump my own tires. Yes, I am. I was a bar star last night. I was throwing a money around like it just was nothing. I was just you want a fucking drink? Let's go get a drink on me right now. We'll go. Oh, we're Ubering back. I got the Uber back. Fuck it.
Oh my god.
I was soaking everything. So, and then people started buying me shit. There was like a Gate 14 listener there that bought me a shot. And so like I was buying drinks for people. They were buying drinks for me. So I just was continuously double fisting. Vodka Red Bulls. Again, I don't know why I continue to drink vodka Red Bulls. They are so bad for you. I was up till 6 a.m. this morning.
Oh.
I don't think that's the vodka Red Bulls, dude.
Well, I was just in a great mood.
I mean, it's probably not a good idea to just pound energy drinks back when you're already buzzing, you know?
Yeah, dude, it was I was like I said, I was putting on a show. So I see these two girls that Avery knows, and the only reason why
how do you know I know them before?
Okay, this is what I'm about to tell it. So Alto was there. Shout out Michael Alto, one of the best guys of all time. I'm going to be rallying with him all the time. And Alto knows her. So Alto's like, this is the girl that knows Avery. So her and I started shooting the shit. Like we have tons of mutual friends, obviously, because she lives in Georgetown. So we were just shooting, like talking about her friends and stuff like that, and then all that type of shit. So I just pulled the beauty meal. I was like, do you guys want to get drinks? Just kept soaking drinks. Like I don't know what place this was at. I don't even know. I didn't even look at the tab of what I spent, but I was just ripping for everyone. And it was awesome because then they were starting to do it for me. But like I said, I put on a clinic back there. I think I suggested a couple songs because we had aux. We rented out the back of this place called Taco Taco, which is like a bar. We rented out the back of it for this girl's birthday. I don't know who the girl is. Happy birthday, by the way. I don't know. And I played some songs on the aux. The people were loving it. I tore up the dance floor. Like I said, I put on a goddamn masterclass at that bar. A goddamn. I left Taco Taco is my bitch. I'll say that. So you love to see it, but I was thinking about this, man. We got to get like a Gate 14, like Saturday night, just rent out a bar and just sell tickets, like. Just have a shit ton of Gate 14 listeners just all at this Toronto bar. We have control of the aux.
Impossible to get a woman in that bar.
We can do it, man.
Who cares? Actually, Alto will get us covered. Alto will get all the women in there.
First week of January.
I'm telling you, man, we rent out a bar. We can just get a shit ton of the Gate 14 listeners, the summer playlist bumping. Oh, the vibes will be all time.
And then we launch a collection.
The vibes will be all time, dude.
Yeah, the Gucci collab collection.
Gucci flip flops. Fuck it, hit your bitch in my side.
Where we have Gate 14 branded Fisher looking merch.
Yes, that would be electric.
And then we hire a very famous DJ.
We should.
We have a DJ.
I could just
have a couple of DJs in the backlog.
I could just do it. No, and another thing that I wanted to talk about going out. So we went back to Alto's place, and like I was just on the aux, stuff like that, and something came up in my mind because this is like from my college days, me remembering. Is there any human being worse than the guy that would bring out the guitar at the after party? Do you guys know those type of guys?
I never had that happen in my life.
I know someone who does that, but I've never been with them, and it's.
Are we talking about the same guy? He's a dad.
We might be talking about the same
we're talking about the same guy. That's what I was thinking of. In my mind, I was like, this guy always is singing and bringing out the guitar. We are 100% talking about the same person. Yeah, and in my mind, I'm like, this is the worst human being ever. Like, imagine just being hungover, like you're still kind of fucked up, but like your night's kind of coming down a little bit. And this dickhead just starts singing Morgan Wallen and just busting out the guitar.
Why do you think that's that bad of a thing, though?
I just think it's just terrible. Like it's just like.
But if they're a bad singer, guitar player,
good or bad singer though, it doesn't matter to me. I just think it's just such a terrible look.
Yeah.
That's a weird.
Yeah.
That's just
weird. Think about just like ripping piano when you got home too, like any other instrument other than
That's
guitar.
What I'm saying. Just like
piano might be more electric than guitar.
Oh yeah, piano for sure. I would be all in. Piano man. I'd be all in on that. But
that's funny. We're definitely talking about the same.
But yeah, another thing that breaking news, 4:15 p.m. tomorrow, Bryson Stott will be on NHL Network. Don't know how that transpired, but he's going to be talking on NHL Network tomorrow. He texted me. He's like, I'm on NHL Network at 4:15 tomorrow.
What does Bryson know? Does he know anything about hockey?
Honestly, no. Not that much.
I saw that your buddy Chase was at the game. Maybe he'll have to feed him some tips.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so 4:15 p.m. tomorrow, Bryson Stott at NHL Network. Snap some pics for me if you can. Get that going. But let's talk about the tank episode. JR, did you happen to listen to it?
Yeah, I put it on actually this morning. It made me laugh. The fact that the nickname segment, when he just like, I got a nickname for him, and he just and then it just kickstarted that segment, was so funny. But oh, it was good. It was fun. I wish you guys talked to him for longer. I wish you guys talked to him.
I don't
for
know if
longer.
we
It's
could
pretty
have, man.
quick.
It would have just been like kept on going circles.
Yeah, that's
Yeah?
true. That's true.
I was saying, so when I got to the George last night with all my buddies, they're like, "How is Frank?" That was the first thing they all asked. 'Cause they wanted to know how Frank was.
He's exactly the same. He really is.
100%. I was like, he's the hardest working person in showbiz.
He
'Cause
really
it
is.
was he had done a bunch of stuff that day, I'm sure. It was in the middle of the stream of the NBA finals, and he was just super tired. And trying to get a picture of Frank with his eyes open to a post was so hard.
It was.
It was
Yeah,
actually
it was.
impossible.
It was a good. It was just it was a Gate 14 moment. Where were you? And another Gate 14 moment. Where were you? 1 million likes on Instagram, boys, or TikTok. Sorry, 1 million likes on TikTok.
That's to you, John, man.
You love to fucking see it. 1 million likes, 18,000 followers. The boys couldn't be buzzing more. The boys couldn't be buzzing more. They really couldn't.
We need to fucking get back on good clips for that shit, and that's my fault.
Fuck it. Whatever, man. It's
God
all good.
damn
But
it. It always pisses me off when you talk about TikTok and I don't take the time to go clip some stuff up.
it's
and make some
buzzing. I
fun.
mean, it's
on,
buzzing.
Abe.
Some
It's
of our
buzzing.
clips were so good last year at the start when I had the time.
Oh yeah, that's what kind of spiraled it. Like that's what
Yeah.
started it. But yeah,
not,
no,
Might need
not
a-
views
might need
wise,
the
but
tank
definitely.
one. The tank one with the nicknames.
Oh, we should definitely do the I should cut up tank nicknames.
Yeah.
Good call, Jer.
that would be fucking funny.
Mhm.
That would be funny. But let's go into the series, boys. I mean, dare I use the B word? Dare
Say
I
it.
use the B word?
Stop,
Say it.
stop.
No, I'm not going to use it yet. I need to see a little bit
How
of
can you
something-
not say that?
I can't.
Three series wins in a row?
And 4 wins in a row. This team is so frustrating, man.
Yeah, how did we not score runs too?
Like, okay, I'm not going to say they're back, but they're on
They're
third
awfully
base.
close.
They're awfully close. I'm getting there. Yeah. I mean, this is the Toronto Blue Jays. I mean, this is the Toronto Blue Jays difference. They look like shit for literally 2 to 3, actually a month. They were 13 and 17 in May. And then they just win 3 series in a row against teams above 500 and just dog walk their competition. I don't get this. I do not get this team. Let's go game by game here, boys. Let's start with the fucked up Friday game, by the way.
Sex game.
7-0 on Friday. Chris Bassett, sex game. That's insane to me. I couldn't imagine, and you got to tip your cap to Chris Bassett, because imagine pitching and just in the back of your mind is like, my wife might be giving birth to my child here, and my child's going to know I was not there for his birth because I was playing a baseball game. Like, isn't that the craziest thing, that how well he pitched with that thing in the back of his mind, knowing like my kid could be born?
And a rain delay too. The rain delay is the biggest nightmare for him. And he tweeted after, he's like, yeah, kid's still not there. Took 50 hours of labor last time. So I wasn't worried.
That's insane.
That's so long. I don't know much about childbirth, but that
Me neither.
seems...
Hopefully I never know, to be honest. Dude, that's wild to me.
He's so good.
He really is. I mean, but it is the Mets who are really bad offensively, so it's kind of tough. But 7 2/3, 3 hits, 8 punchies. George Springer leadoff home run. Then the Jays just don't score for the next 8 innings until Dalton Varsho, the last, like with 2 outs in the 9th, gets 2 more runs. It was the most Toronto Blue Jays game ever. Like, this is what I'm saying with how good this pitching staff and bullpen is it doesn't, like, you knew they were going to win that game when it was 1-0. In your mind, you're like, Chris Bassett is going to go CG here.
Yeah.
Or he's going to go deep. His stuff was insane. He was picking corners, locating, and then he was also like throwing kind of hard for Chris Bassett this game. It was a revenge game of all revenge games. And I called it. I said it was going to be a legacy game with a child on the way. Is Chris Bassett, I don't even know how to say, is he the number 2? Like in a playoff situation here? Because Barrios has been unfucking real too.
I think no doubt he's going game 2 if we had a playoff series today. Thinking wild card because that's where
that's 100% what it's going to be.
the
Let's
only
call it
way.
what it is. Yeah.
If the Jays make the playoffs, it'll be a wild card spot.
Yes.
It's Chris Bassett, Gosman 1, Bassett 2, Barrios game 3.
Yeah. Manoa to Shanghai game 4.
Yeah, Manoa might not even make it. He'd be like Ross Stripling.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean that game was awesome because seeing George Springer hit leadoff home runs will always rule. The game just starts and this guy's launching. Other than that, though, I mean that was a pretty clean baseball game. Couple base running mishaps, all that type of stuff. Runners left on, 8 hits, but it's awesome. I will say this: seeing Dalton Varsho hit the ball hard fucking rules because his swing is just so. Is it crazy to say it's uppercutty? Is that a word? Like it's not, obviously it's not a word, but he has such an uppercut swing where that when he makes contact, the ball just flies off this dude's fucking bat. It's insane.
Well, you remember he hit a home run off Edwin Diaz last year on a very similar high fastball, and the ball went to absolute Mars. It went so far. He hits very cool home runs, and the ball goes really far. I think I've said that before, but sure, it looks uppercutty. I guess you could say that. Maybe he's not through the zone that long. That's why he's got a tough time with a lot of swing and miss right now. But the infield pop-ups suck. But if you're gonna launch baseballs in the second deck like that, I think we're gonna be okay. And it kind of goes into the chat of Dalton Varsho. Is the trade good? And Dalton Varsho's kind of doing what he did last year as well.
Yeah.
It's really not that different. And I think you look at his average last year, wasn't great, but you say to yourself as a fan, we don't care about average. Look at the home runs he put up. Look at weighted runs created plus, weighted on base average. And then you get to watching baseball every day and he gets out a lot. And you go back to, oh shit, his average sucks. He's kind of bad.
But this is my thing though, is like all it's gonna take for Varsho is like if he just goes on a 2-week heater, those numbers are gonna be elevated like crazy, and then you could just justify the trade. Because he's gonna heat up. He's not gonna hit like this all year, right? Like at some point he's gonna start hitting the ball hard. And I think he's had some pretty bad luck with hard hit balls and stuff like that. But I will say this: if the Jays lost that game, that would have been one of the besides that Mariners blow up they had. That would have been one of the worst losses of the year. Your pitcher goes almost CG shutty and you lose the game because you only score 1 run. That would have been the worst loss of the year, I think, just based off of how good of a performance it was.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. Do you want some more Dalton Varsho stats or show?
Yeah, let's hear let's hear some of the advanced stuff.
Okay, batting average on balls in play, career average of 265. This season, 30 points lower, 235. ISO pretty much just measures power. Career average 192. Last year was 207. Right now, 165. Last 14 days, though, he's only striking out at an 8% rate, which is pretty good. His strikeout rate compared to last year is down 4%. So there are some positive signs. Over the last 2 weeks, he's an above league average hitter. And the ISO's up over 200 again. OPS 738. OBP still 280. He's not walking pretty much at all. 4% the last 2 weeks, but I think he's starting to figure some things out.
I don't know. I think he is, man. I mean, that Justin Verlander is still so good, dude. Like the fact that he's that old and still just going like 6 innings, 1 run, 8 punchies against a pretty good lineup it goes to show you, man. I mean, that guy is special. He really is. And the thing that stole the show was the Tim Mesa strikeout on 2 pitches with the pitch clock violation. That was awesome. Sick. That was fucking because like the Jays, when things are going bad, they're going bad. Like that happens against the Jays usually when they're in a bad stretch like this. But that happening in that situation with Nimmo up with a chance to tie the game and 2 strikes is like, all right, now the luck has turned back onto our side here. And you love to see that. I mean, fuck, man. Bo Bichette again, 2 for 4. Whit Merrifield, 2 for 4. I can't talk enough about how good of a pickup Whit Merrifield has been. I can't. He has been so good for the Toronto Blue Jays.
You want to know what he's done the last 14 days?
What? It's insane numbers, right?
He's hitting 360. Batting average on balls to play 425. Weighted runs created plus of 138.
Yeah, Andrew Stoden said he sucks. So I don't know if I can agree with that. Yeah, no, Whit Merrifield, this guy just hits. He's hitting 299. Like, that's what you need from the bottom of the order. When you have guys like Whit Merrifield producing, Kevin Kiermaier producing, Brandon Belt, we got to talk about that motherfucker. That dude producing. Like Bo Bichette, Vladdy starting to figure it out a little bit. This lineup is going to be a problem. And we have continued to say this. You could see these little glimpses and all that type of stuff. Now they're starting to score runners scoring positions today, which is what they did in the first inning, kind of set the tone. And then you got guys like Brandon Belt picking you up. You got guys like Whit Merrifield picking you up, scoring. Like, this lineup has the potential to be a massive, massive problem. Because when guys like the top dogs are struggling, you got the bottom of the order figuring it out. And it's fun to watch. And this last week has been awesome to watch, just based off the fact that the starting pitching is fucking insane. Chris Bassett, that was his best start of the year, right? I mean, it wasn't even.
I don't know. He's had a couple great starts, man.
Yeah.
We had a full stretch where he didn't give up runs.
Yeah. Like, so it's such a good signing. It's such a good signing.
Like Whit, Brandon Belt, Alejandro Kirk's kind of started it up again.
Yeah.
He is a singles merchant. His ISO the last 14 days is .026, which is hilarious. But getting on base at a crazy high clip, Brandon Belt is. We will talk about Brandon Belt when we go to today's game.
Yeah.
But I think, did you see the clip of him coming through the dugout?
MVP.
MVP. No, after the game, there was a clip of him walking through the dugout and he went, "That's all me." Like,
he's the best. You know that guy's a locker room guy. Just a grizzled vet, just an all-time locker room guy. But before we go in today's game, let's go into Saturday's game. This pitching staff gave up 1 earned run or 2 earned runs, right? Was that a shutout the first game? 1 earned run in 18 innings, the first 2 games. 1 earned run in 18 innings. Jose Barrios is all the way back. JR. That dude is all the way back. It sucks he didn't get the win, but fuck it. 6 innings, 1 earned run, 6 punchies, 3 walks, 4 hits. Lowered his ERA to 3.66. He is all the way back, boys. All the way back.
Yeah, I think I saw someone who, I think it was that Lewis guy. He posted his splits for the game. Like, was that like true? Like, his splits were like crazy. Like, he threw like 5% fastball.
Yeah, 10% fastball. The lowest of his career since 2017.
Holy fuck. I mean, that was though like writing on the wall.
Yeah. No shit.
Like, the Twitter GMs finally won.
Yeah.
Like, the Twitter analytic guys finally won. We've literally been saying this for like a year now. Stop throwing your 4-seam fastball. And Pete Walker, drunken slumber, finally figured it out. Like, oh yeah, maybe you shouldn't throw it. And then, because like, let's look at his stats here. So the guy the Blue Jays gave $130 million to, shout out Mitch Bannon for this, 2017 to 2021, 3.74 ERA, 3.79 FIP, 9.2 strikeout per 9, 1.1 home run per 9. Last year, we know what he did: 5.23 ERA, 7.8 strikeouts a game, 1.5 home runs. This year is statistically better than what he has been his entire career. 3.66 ERA this year, 3.71 FIP, 8.6 K per 9, 0.9 home run per 9. And that was the problem for him last year, right, Avery? Was he was giving up the home run ball a lot. Now he's minimized it a shit ton. He's striking out a lot of guys. The walks, I'd like to see the walks drop down a little bit. But Jose Barrios has looked insane. This is what you pay the guy for. And I'm just happy because you could tell how much this affected him. I know some guys you can't really see when they're struggling and stuff like that. He's one of these guys where you know it's killing him how bad he has been struggling. So
I feel like the only person who would struggle and not look like they're having a bad time is like Trevor Bauer or something.
Yeah.
Because you see Alec Manoa pretty much crying. Yeah, these guys don't want to suck. It's horrible. You devote your whole life to it and you go out there every 5 days and you pitch like shit. It makes those in between start days a lot more miserable, and that doesn't make for a very fun life. It's unfortunately the price you pay being a professional athlete, and if you're going to be shitty, that's how it's going to go, and it's not going to be very fun. But yeah, I definitely agree. I'm happy to see him. I didn't get to see much of the start. I watched the Jays in 30, but he his stuff looks fucking good, man.
Oh, dude.
And the four-seam fastball, that's not middle, getting launched into the second deck. It's nice to see him go away from that.
Yeah, it's
Feels
good.
like the right career move.
And another thing that really stood out to me is I was telling you about the lineup starting to hit again. The top of the order between Springer, Bichette, Guerrero, and Belt went 7 for 17 that game, right? We're talking George Springer 2 for 5, Bichette 2 for 5, Guerrero 1 for 4 with the game-winning RBI, and Brandon Belt 2 for 3. I mean, this is what you pay these guys for, right? And seeing the top of the order produce like this, and obviously I know they didn't score tons of runs that game, but it's good to see them starting to finally get on base and get the swing of it and just hit the ball hard again. So you love to see it. But the apple of my eye was that game is a man that's the relief ace, Trevor Richards. Where are we at with this, Avery? Because before we were trolling like that he's really good, all this type of stuff. Now it's not a joke. Like
it hasn't been a joke for a while.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like a couple of weeks ago, we would say, is he the best? Is he like the best on the? Is he just like the best reliever on the team? We were joking with that, but now it's like this guy. His ERA is 0.82 in his last 11 innings, 2.53 in his last 15 games. I mean, this guy now has shut up everyone that was like, "Fuck DFA Trevor Richards." We were the ones that said it. I hated Trevor Richards, rightfully so, because he was bad last year, but fuck, he is like turned into prime Devin Williams here. This guy's insane.
Yeah, I'm looking at his game logs here. There's 2 outings where he gave up 3 earned runs in both of them.
Yeah.
Other than that, he has 3 outings with 1 earned run. Everything else zeros.
Wow. That's a good piece you're going to need in a bullpen like this, man. Right? Like this is a guy who you can not be scared of. I know, especially right now, he pitched the 7th inning. That's high leverage. The 7th inning in a 1-run game, that's high leverage. Call it what it is, or tie game. That's high leverage. And he performed 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Like
if you told me these guys, Jose Barrios, Trevor Richards, Nate Pearson, Eric Swanson, got you a save, 2 holds, and a quality start at the start of the season, I would have said you're crazy. I would have said Nate fucking Pearson's doing that in the 8th inning.
It's just, oh man, it's just this bullpen is. I've been preaching to the choir about how good it is for so long, and now it's finally showing that you have this depth piece like Trevor Richards, who he's kind of playing with house money. Everyone in their mind thinks that he's shit. So like the more he continues to perform, it's just like, this is another guy we just like, it's like picking up a guy at the trade deadline, Ave. Having Trevor Richards be good like this. This is exactly what it is, because now it's another guy you can throw high leverage, and it's like, we just got a guy at the deadline. So you got to give him his flowers, and you got to give Nate Pearson his flowers for that Saturday game, man. 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, gets the win. That led to Vladdy hitting that walk or game-winning single in the or double down the line. Nate Pearson, besides today's game, he's been fucking insane. I'll have our resident Nate Pearson guy talk here.
Look, you can't expect greatness from Nate every game. Okay. But no, Nate's been it's crazy to think before the year, like the bullpen is, I know it gets some people still shit on it, but I mean, it's there. Like, and Chad Green coming back at some point is dangerous. Like, I almost think that won't even be the priority going into the deadline.
That would be a good problem to not have.
Mm-hmm.
Not having to worry about like who we're gonna get there. It just, and also shout out to our guy who I think we might be going out for drinks for this weekend, Avery. Swanson. First career save as a Blue Jay. You love to see that. This isn't, I'm not gonna over exaggerate, but I'm gonna over exaggerate. Teoscar looks like shit. He's leading the league in strikeouts, and you got a guy like Eric Swanson who just pitched back-to-back days, 0 runs, a save, and then a hold, back-to-back days. Fuck. What a pickup Eric Swanson is. And I'm not saying this because I'm biased, because he's our guy. He is so goddamn good. It is insane what this guy's able to do out of that bullpen. And he's not even coming, like, Avery can maybe talk about this, but he's not coming at you with like crazy shit. He's kind of like just like we always say, he's a relief version of Kevin Gossman, a 2-pitch mix type of guy, right?
Yeah, and he's got the slider too that he throws a little more than Gosman, but the splitter is so elite, and it's changeup-esque. By the way, you can throw it and time it off a fastball, but it's really fucking good. This Toronto Blue Jays bullpen, top 10 in ERA and 4th in strikeout percentage. You asked for swing and miss stuff in the bullpen. This Jays team has gotten swing and miss stuff. It's not it's not the 100 miles an hour. We're getting that from Nate and maybe Jordy once in a while, but they're swinging miss stuff in other ways.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing that was crazy about that game is like Buck Showalter pitching to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with Biggio on deck. What the fuck was that? Why?
He Sleepy Buck, man.
Sleepy Buck. Because did you hear what he said though? He's like, I trusted David Robertson in the situation. What? What do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
what? You don't trust him against Kevin Biggio hitting 180? You trust you like? I can't believe that. That was crazy. I thought it was like just an automatic intentional walk, right?
Yeah, definitely should have been an intentional walk, but hey, doesn't matter. We'll take it when we can get it, when other teams show the inability to make smart decisions, because it feels like it's only us sometimes.
And I don't know if this is just something because we've been like, obviously we watch it like every game and stuff like that, but these umpires for these Jays games have been so bad.
Yeah.
I think the guy yesterday had an 82% called strike accuracy. How do these motherfuckers get jobs? Like, how do they? I know because of the union. I don't. Someone has to explain unions to me like I'm 5, but I just don't understand how their bosses watch that and they're like, "Yeah, good job, man. Yeah, good job. Like you missed 5 inches off the plate to Vladdy in the 9th inning of a game with runner in scoring position. Yeah, that's fine."
Data is the worst possible thing that could have ever happened to umpires. Strike call accuracy will no longer feed their families.
No. Yeah, it's actually gonna make them dead, bro. You think that the union has talked about banning that? The umpire unions, like, we don't want to see umpire scorecards anymore on Twitter.
Yeah,
we gotta buy the Twitter account.
They've reported it every single day.
Yeah, we gotta buy the Twitter account and report these motherfuckers. These umpires have been terrible. Speaking about umpires being terrible, let's go into today's game. The Brandon Belt legacy game heard around the world. This guy, I don't know if you saw this, JR and Ave, but he got rung up on two separate at-bats on balls that weren't even in the same stratosphere as strikes. And this dude is like, I guess, I've talked about this before with like Amir and stuff like this. The more you're in the league, the more you can kind of get away with saying to the umpires.
Yeah.
Brandon Belt was motherfucking this umpire until there was like it was it was no business. And the umpire didn't toss him, obviously, because the more veteran the more of a vet you are, the more you get away with, like I was saying. So he just said the perfect amount to the umpire so he couldn't get tossed. Next thing you know, he steps up to the plate in the 7th inning, and you think the Jays are dead. Nate Pearson just blew a 4-2 lead, gives up two absolute moon bombs.
Yeah. Yep.
And what does Brandon Belt do? He launches a baseball 427 feet deep center off the fucking apple at Citi Field. That was a legacy moment. We're going to look back at that. That might be a Gate 14 award for moment of the year, because that was sick.
I don't think he'll win a Gate 14 award for that. Like, a better moment is him just putting his hands up and his cock showing in Pittsburgh.
Yes. Oh yeah,
He's going to win the biggest dick award.
Yeah, the most valuable penis. That's why they're chanting MVP, man.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that tweet. They were just no. Some people were just like, "How do you tweet this, man?"
Well, I think it's gonna have to be the fucking episode name, unfortunately.
No.
It could just be our MVP, and then the insiders actually know what it actually is.
Yes.
You know, it's a little bit of both.
Yes, but
no, I can't believe he hit that ball out so far. It was like a hunched over swing.
It did look great. I thought the same thing, Abe. When it came off the bat, I was like, "How?"
You were thinking pop up, right?
Did not think dead center over the fence.
I just saw that thing traveling. I forget who the hell was in center field, but it turned looking up, and It was just like, what the fuck? How did that go out? But I'm not mad about that. That's old school Blue Jays baseball, scoring runs off some home runs.
Yeah.
But no, the cock, man, he's been awesome. Still kind of disappointed that he just didn't participate in spring training and had the worst first month of anyone in baseball.
Yeah.
But because we could have definitely used this production earlier as well. But
For sure.
he's found it. The old man is back, and he's taking walks and he's hitting fucking bombs at this point. I guess it's third of the year. He's not really hitting bombs. But no, he's
the best. He's the best.
He was on terrorist watch week 1. And now he's on Prime Minister of Canada watch. The cock.
Dude, he's like a top 3 hitter on this team right now. That's not even a hot take. He is.
No, he's been the best hitter the last 2 weeks.
Like, Brandon Belt is hitting 259 with a 380 on base percentage. Imagine if he was fast. And we learned this on stream. This motherfucker has over 30 stolen bases in his career.
That was crazy. As if he has 12 stolen bases in 1 year.
Which is insane.
Yeah, Brandon Belt's OBP the last 2 weeks, 475.
Oh my God.
He's almost getting on base half of his at-bats.
Let's go, Brandon, man. His at-bats are like, they just eliminate the pitch clock because they're so fucking long. Every time I'm watching this guy, it's 3-2 count. He just, it's the cock. It's the vet presence, man. I love him so much. I might get his jersey. I seriously might order his jersey. He is the best. He is like, he's that guy that when he's shit, like he's just chirping himself in the locker room. The boys like, holy fuck, boys, I suck right now. Like, I'm terrible. Yeah. And then when he's good, he's the cockiest human being on the team, which is what you need. You need those guys that are like, that can give it and take it. And he's one of those guys saying that was all me today. That's just that video rules. And the oh my God, the chanting of the MVP when he was running into the dugout. He's the best. What do you
think they actually mean by MVP with him?
Most valuable penis.
Yeah, I think so too.
I just think he's just, man, it's so cool to watch him just hit, like be a veteran hitter, get deep into counts. And if you're an umpire and if you're ringing Brandon Belt up on a strike 3 call, it's not a strike 3. Just know that.
It's like Joey Votto-esque. No,
yeah,
the zone. If he turns and tells you were wrong, you best believe that you were probably wrong.
Yes, 100%. And another bright spot from this game is something that I missed dearly because he hasn't done it since May 4th against an actual pitcher. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. home runs. How much do those fucking rule, boys? Like, they rule. I missed it. I mean, we've been missing it for over a month. We haven't seen one besides off of a position player. So
that home run also rocked, though.
Yeah, it rocked too. But yeah, it's just like it's cool to see him do it off of an actual pitcher. That's the thing, right?
Especially when we saw 2 years ago him just fucking launch baseballs nonstop. Crazy that he hasn't hit a home run at home yet.
Still insane to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Rogers Center renovations aren't worth it if Vladdy doesn't hit a home run at home this year.
True.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's all for naught. You might as well chalk it up as a loss.
100%. I couldn't agree more. It is so cool to see Vladdy home runs again. Just his swing, the elegant bat drop, rounding the bases. It's the best. I miss it.
Yeah.
I need it back.
Okay.
There was a time.
Can we rank coolest home run hitters on the team right now? We'll go our top 3.
Okay, we'll do a snake draft again. JR can lead it.
So, home run hitter, I mean, I'll go Vladdy for sure.
I'll go Bo Bichette. That's just a clear, like, his home runs.
I don't think he hits that cool home runs.
What do you mean? The Oppo one with the drop? His home runs rule, dude.
No, backside home runs aren't that cool.
Oh, what? They might be the coolest home runs.
No. They're not cool. They're impressive. That's a different thing. Because pulling a baseball.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it is the most like show of skill to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm going back to back. Dalton Varsho, Matt Chapman hit absolute fucking pulled moon bombs, both of them.
Yeah, that's another good pick. I'm gonna say George Springer. His home runs fucking rule. And you can see it in the Pump It Up video we post after games. That home run he hit against Boston ruled. Like, his home runs, it's something about his swing being so compact where his home runs are insane. And I love watching George Springer home run highlight tapes. The
There's
World
one
Series
last
home
answer,
runs.
Jer. You got to get this one right because it's
Danny Jansen.
fucking right, Jeremy.
That's a great one. That's a real because he swings with. It's like remember
Yeah.
our viewer in Gate 14 stream said it looks like he's swinging with his dick.
Yep.
Danny Jansen swing. That's what it is. Yeah, it's that's a good pick.
Kirk would have been a funny one. When he gets a hold of it, it's funny.
And then he just like running
Because
around the bases.
he hits like a softball bat. He
Yeah.
backspins it. He's got to get it hit down kind of, and it just takes off. He doesn't get.
You know who has major backspin on their ball is Devers. He went deep twice when we were at Petco, and that thing is just floating in the air. Like it just launches off his bat.
Yeah, that was a good draft, boys. That was a good draft there. But yeah, today's game, Nate Pearson weaseled his way to steal a win from Kikuchi. He got the win again today, Nate Pearson. So two wins in a row. And then Romano and Swanson, man. And Simber. Even Simber showed up today. Leadoff guy gets on, double play ball, fly out. This bullpen is just firing on all cylinders. The starting pitching is firing on all cylinders. And this is what I'm saying, man, is like when I was talking about how special this team is, stuff like this. Imagine once these both of these things are clicking. Imagine how awesome this is going to be when Jays are winning games like 9-1, 9-2, like 8-1. Like we haven't had that yet this year. Maybe at the start a little bit when they were like on a franchise record type of pace, but fuck. When this team is the entire thing is firing, it's going to be a massive problem. We haven't seen that in so long, especially with how good this pitching has been. It's going to be something special. We got so much of the year left too. I'm so excited for it, man. It's just seeing guys like what's his face, Dalton Varsho heat up is going to be cool to see as well. A guy who clearly, obviously wants to be good. He probably sees the shit that people say about him.
Yep. No, I definitely agree. There's some strides to make. The Blue Jays barely scored runs this weekend.
Yes.
And had to ride some of the better pitching performances of the season to get them out here with a sweep. Will I complain about that? Absolutely fucking not. There's no reason for me to explain. We're on a little bit of a heater right now, but some run support would be sick. And now we go into a 2-week stretch that is incredibly important because of now we're in the wild. Now we don't play in the AL East anymore. We play in the AL wild card. So
yes,
the Astros, the Rangers, the Orioles, and the Yankees are the only teams that matter anymore.
Yep.
And you play 2 of them. You play 7 games against them the next 2 weeks. No,
massive.
More. You play the O's too.
Yes.
3 of your next 4 series are against teams you're fighting for in the wild card. So fuck the Tampa Bay Rays. Can't just keep losing to them though. Gotta keep pace. But now there's time to make it.
Wait, Avery. It's even more. The Jays go Astros, Twins, Orioles, Rangers. Back to back to back to back.
Yeah, 3. So the Twins are kind of
you could classify them though.
Yeah, you could. So that's 4 series against teams you're really competing with. This is we had the AL East stretch, disastrous. Forget about it.
Yes.
Right now, the most important stretch of the season, these 2 weeks.
Yes, very important stretch. Let's go into the series, man. And obviously, I'll give my flowers. I mean, Kikuchi was great today. Walks were done.
Can we still talk about that again? He's going to give up moon bombs.
That's what he does.
He's a fit. So I would like to counter with Ross Stripling couldn't go through the lineup 3 times last year,
and people loved him.
He was very good. His ERA was low, gave up soft contact, but they just wouldn't let him go 3. Kikuchi having good stuff and swing and miss stuff allows him to go a little bit deeper. We got 5 out of our 5th starter.
Just enjoy it. Fuck, man. It's whatever. I'm done even arguing with these guys.
The discourse wasn't bad today on it.
You know who is still pretty negative. Whatever. Fuck him.
No, it's just how he's gonna be.
Exactly. It's fine.
That's his bit.
That's his bit. Like my bit was changing my Twitter name to Blue Jays Dad and tweeting.
That was very.
I got a lot of people with that, Ave.
Yeah, you almost got me. Because I have Blue Jays Dad muted. Obviously, I was like, "How did this show up on my feed?" And I saw and I saw it was you.
Dude, a lot of people thought it was him. That was so fucking funny. I was so drunk, and then I like an hour after that, I just tweeted horny from
Yes,
Jays Dad.
that's when it got too much.
But anyway, let's go to the series this week, boys. I mean,
Four
this is
gamer.
4-gamer, and I mean, we want to talk about pitching matchups tomorrow. The terrorist watch: Alek Manoa versus Brandon Belak, Kevin Gausman versus Hunter Brown. That is going to be must-watch TV.
Yeah.
Tuesday's game, I might go to that. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it. That game is going to fuck. Kevin Gausman versus Hunter Brown. Are you kidding me? Hunter Brown rules, by the way. Yeah, I fucking love watching him pitch. And then Wednesday, we got the Hound on the mound against Ronel Blanco. And then on Thursday, Jose Brios versus Framber Valdez. A pretty even series, pitching-wise. Really, like Alek Manoa versus Brandon Belak, I'd probably give the edge to Brandon Belak, obviously. Gausman, I'd give the edge there. Bassett, I'd give the edge to Bassett over Blanco. And then Brios versus Valdez is kind of even right now. I'm going to say 3-1. This team's buzzing. This pitching is buzzing. I'm going to say 3-1, man. I'm going to say 3-1. They win the series.
I'll go 2-2. Split.
I like split too.
I hate splits. They don't move the needle though. Like it just does nothing. It's a nothing burger when you split a series. I hate it. Which game do you think is going to be the biggest? Like just the biggest. This game's going to be on for like 10 hours. Going to be a blow. You think Manoa figures it out tomorrow, boys? Where are you at with this guy?
Hell no.
What do you do then, Avery? What do you do? Like
I don't know,
if he comes
Drew
out
Hutchison's.
tomorrow...
You see, Drew Hutchison fucking left after I said he's going to start in the big league soon.
Yeah,
was he not listening to me?
For you, that was a bad.
Was he not
you.
fucking Drew? Man, are you serious?
That was
I
a really
said
bad
you're going to
look
be back, and that means you're going to be back. You can't just opt out of your contract, you motherfucker.
That was a really bad look. You hate to see it, but I'm gonna. I don't think he figures it out tomorrow. I really don't. Like. What's figuring it out though now for Alek Manoa? Like what
less than 3 earned, less than 3 walks.
The 3 walks thing, you could throw that out the window. I'm nuking over 2.5 walks tomorrow. You know that's gonna happen.
It's gonna be juice to the over.
Yeah,
sadly.
Maybe 5+. He's
do his walks parlayed with his earned runs, and you'll be fucking Jeff Bezos.
I have just given up on him, so we'll see. I mean, he's kind of playing
now. There's legit no one. Like I saw Zach Plesac got DFA'd.
He sucks.
He really does suck, and he's probably just as bad as Alek Manoa. So
yeah, with not as much potential as him. So it's like, what are you trying to do this move for?
Zach
anyways,
Plesac
right?
won't be a Toronto Blue Jay.
Yeah, he won't be. He'll be a Tampa Bay Ray, and then I'll turn him into Cy Young. That's what they're
sure. Bartolo Colon could fucking eat innings for this team.
100%.
Urban Santana could eat innings.
Julio Teheran.
Yeah, if
trade for him.
Pull Julio Teheran off the street. The Blue Jays can go find someone.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get our scouting department out on the streets, man.
I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna hot take this. This isn't really a hot take. Vladdy hits his first home run at home this week. This series. Not this week, because that's cheating. That's like 7 days. I'm going to say this series, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits his first home run in at the Rogers Center. That's my hot take. But Avery, do you have any listener questions?
I got one listener question today.
Okay.
Let's build our Blue Jays all-time 5-man rotation, starting rotation.
This is fun.
We got the ace,
Doc Holliday,
and a pitcher we never watched, Dave Stieb.
Okay, Doc Holliday, Dave Stieb.
For me, Roger Clemens is going to.
Roger Clemens, obviously, he was a Cy Young candidate here, or I think he won the Cy Young here. Sorry, not a Cy Young candidate.
Then you go
Marco Estrada. He was fucking.
Do you think we go off careers or 1 year sample?
Oh no, just 1 year sample with the Jays. Like just
Robbie Ray's got to be in there then.
I'm going Kevin Gausman over Robbie Ray.
I think they can both be in it.
No. I'm going Kevin. Listen, Doc Holliday, Dave Stieb, Roger Clemens, Kevin Gausman, Marcus Stroman. You got it. Marcus Stroman was insane here. There's just
like we just said we're doing 1 year sample size.
Wait,
Okay,
no. I thought it was career sample size with the Jays.
Yeah, whatever.
Right?
I guess.
Doesn't that make
So
more sense?
am I?
'Cause,
Is
like,
that a hot
David
take to go
Price-
Stroman? Is that a hot take to go Stroman? I guess maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe Robbie Ray, because I mean, yeah, he won the fucking Cy Young. I guess Robbie Ray 5 makes more sense, but I just hate that motherfucker. So, that's where I'm at with that. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we can go with that. I guess yeah, that fucking makes sense. We've had some really good pitchers here. Honestly, that Marcus Stroman run that he had when he came back from his ACL and just literally turned into like the best pitcher ever. That ruled.
Yeah, his best year, 2017. But he still had his strikeouts per 9 of 7.34.
Yeah, not great, but
3.4 WAR. What did Robbie Ray have in that year? It had to have been more than that.
I'm not even sure, but yeah, that was fucking special. What was I gonna say here?
Oh, Robbie Ray, 3.9 WAR.
The Frank the Tank videos were so funny, man. This weekend, it makes it so much funnier when you're on the other side of it.
Yes, because you're watching the games and
actually, this is another thing though. This is a listener actually asked me about this. Let's go. We ranked the best looking pitchers last week. Let's do the best looking bullpen guys, 1 to 5. Top 5 best looking bullpen guys.
Our bullpen's not very good looking.
No, I have a clear cut one that
Okay.
I think women really like is Adam Simber. He's a good looking dude. Adam Simber's a great.
Can we talk about, and then we rank this, Simber and Meza going to John Boy?
Yes.
Terrorist.
That's terrorist watch. That's not my relief pitchers.
Yeah, they can go do their grid trivia that they stole from Levi.
Yeah.
Hope they had fun there.
Yeah,
I hope see that, Abe. I was wondering what.
But at what cost is it going to take for that?
Whatever.
Adam Simber also going no sleeves recently and showing off all those like tattoos.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, he's a good looking dude.
Yeah, no, he's got the California. I don't know where he's from. Looks like
I think he's from Florida.
Really?
Yeah.
He looks like he's been surfing forever.
Oh, never mind. He's from Washington.
Makes
what
sense.
The fuck?
That kind of makes sense.
He's born in Oregon though. Went to high school in Washington. Or is WA Washington or Wisconsin?
What do you think?
Washington. Okay. So I'm going to go clear cut 1 for the best looking in the bullpen is Adam Simber. And that's not even close in my opinion. Who's the number 2, Abe?
There's not a lot of.
I think it has to be Jordan Romano because he's a man's man. Right?
I can't see that.
For the Italians, yeah, probably.
He's a man's man.
It's just like who
our bullpen just seems old.
Oh, Zach Pop. Zach Pop's a good looking dude.
You think Zach Pop's a good looking dude?
I mean,
compared to
Zach Pop's
fucking
definitely 2. Like
compared to Neckbeard Nate. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I don't even think we can do a list of 5 in this.
I'm gonna go Adam Simber, Zach Pop, Jordan Romano, Eric Swanson because he's our guy.
Yeah,
and Jimmy Garcia 5. Or no, Trevor Richards. Trevor Richards 5.
Silver Fox, man.
Silver Fox 5. That's the hottest dudes in the bullpen. Those are the guys.
You know, I think that list stinks out loud, but there's nothing else we can do.
There's really like the Jay statistically on Baseball Savant might have the worst looking bullpen in baseball. Yeah, it's not great. But yeah, I guess we'll end it with that, man. I mean, I'll be in the building Wednesday. I really want to go to that Tuesday game. I really want to see Hunter Brown, so maybe I'll go to that. I don't know, but yeah, thank you guys for the 1 million likes on TikTok, man. That's just I still can't comprehend how many likes that is. That's a fuck ton.
Well, you can. It's quite literally 1 million.
Well, no, I can't like wrap my head around a million times.
Taps on the screen. No, it is cool.
It is. You
did good work there, Johnny.
It is crazy. As always, though, man, love you guys. And little story to end the podcast. So my buddy was at a just a family event, and he was talking about me, and his cousins went fucking crazy about the Gate 14 podcast. So I sent them a video of me just talking, like saying thank you for the support and stuff like that. That stuff will never not be crazy to me. So I just wanted to kind of say, just thank everyone that's just been a part of the journey, a part of the ride with us. And yeah, we got so much more content to do. You don't even know. Avery, when are we gonna do the 9 beers, 9 hot dog? We gotta like start giving more consistent vlogs here because the people love the vlogs. It's like
Yeah.
a tap into us.
You guys should do it. You guys should try it out
Tuesday.
on the Friday beers one of the days. Like Abe, you did it with when you did it on camera. Like it wasn't on.
Yeah, but I think it has to be like it's just the funniest part of it though would be doing it in vlog on like in person.
Yeah,
sorry,
that
on
would be
vlog
funny.
because then we could we
The
can
problem
like
is
do like
who would drive us?
Judah.
Okay.
But
You
yeah,
would
so
pick
what?
me up from my house and do
Yeah,
that?
your
Or
house
you
is like
can-
kind of
you
on
might
the
have
way
to
though. You're-
call, you might have to call up big coach.
Yeah, Coach Chris. would
Yeah,
be
no,
nice
but
to have.
just
we'll
stay
figure
over.
something out. We have
But
to do
are
that. 'Cause the
we-
peop-
Are we committing to going to LA?
Yes, I'll commit to it.
I'll commit.
We'll
to
talk
it.
about this off camera. We'll talk
We'll
about
have
this
to
off
talk
camera.
about strategy.
But yeah,
around that.
but I just think the doing it as in vlog style, the hot 9 beers, 9 hot dog is the best because then we could post like highlight clips, like hyping it up about like the end result and like just funny shit that we did to it because it is funny. So
No,
we will
I yacked last time I did 9 challenge, so it was
yeah,
good.
it should be a good one. And we gotta have like runners, listeners just with my card, just buying our stuff and just running it back to us. We don't have to always walk down. We'll figure that out. But let's have a good week, everyone, man. The mood, the vibes are so much better when the Toronto Blue Jays are winning. It is insane. So thanks everyone for the support. Gate 14 forever. Have a great week. We'll talk to you guys Thursday night after the Toronto Blue Jays series win.